When most of us think about AI, we picture a chatbot, right? A conversation partner. But what if I told you that idea is already, well, outdated? There's a quiet revolution happening right now, one that's moving AI from simply talking to actually doing. We are entering a brand new era, and I'm here to help you make sense of it all.
And that right there, that's the fundamental shift. It's huge. We're moving from a world where we ask AI for information to one where we task it with a job. So it's not just about chatting anymore. Nope. It is all about execution. So what does this new age of action really mean for us, day to day? Well, it means we have to completely change the way we think because honestly, the way we've been managing technology for the last 20 years, it's about to become totally obsolete. And this slide really gets to the heart of the mental shift we all need to make. We're moving away from this constant tech monitoring, always checking, is it working? Is it doing the thing right? And we're moving towards human vision. Instead of babysitting the technology, we start asking a much better question. What is my intent? What do I actually want to accomplish here? We stop being tech checkers and start being directors. So let's just be crystal clear on what we mean by Agentic Era. This is the period where AI stops just answering our questions and starts autonomously executing tasks for us. Think about it like this. Instead of asking your phone to find the best flight, you just tell it to book the best flight that fits your budget and your calendar. See that jump? That is the leap from just information to real, tangible action. Okay, here's a super simple analogy I love. The old AI was like a really, really good librarian. It could point you to exactly where to find any piece of information you needed. Fantastic. But the new AI is a personal assistant. It doesn't just point you to the information. It goes and gets it for you, summarizes the important parts, and then files it away neatly. It doesn't just give you the answer, it literally does the work. Now, I know this all can sound huge, maybe even a little bit intimidating. So let's just pause for a second and bring this all back down to a human level, shall we? The single most important thing to remember is this: don't panic. Seriously, every major technological shift feels unsettling and chaotic at first. My whole goal here is not to overwhelm you, but to offer a clear human perspective on this change because you do not have to navigate this thing alone. History actually gives us a map for moments like this. Think about the early internet. It felt like the Wild West, right? A total digital free-for-all. And now it's just the foundation of our entire modern life. Well, agentic AI is another one of those massive historical pivot points. And yeah, we are currently in that chaotic phase where all the dust is still settling. And I want to be really upfront with you about my perspective here. I'm not some coder from Silicon Valley. My interest in all this stuff isn't driven by tech hype. For me, it's deeply, deeply personal. A few years ago, I looked at my 12-year-old daughter, and this thought just hit me like a ton of bricks. The world she is going to inhabit as a teenager will be fundamentally different from the one we know. And I realized I had to understand this new digital landscape. Not for me, but so I could be the parent she needs in that world. I didn't want to get left behind. And that, right there, that's my why. And that personal mission is what led me to get involved directly. I didn't just want to read about this revolution. I wanted to see it from the inside. I wanted to help bridge the gap between the brilliant minds creating this technology and how it will actually impact all of our daily lives. So right now, I'm actually part of the beta testing team for a new partnership between Apple and Google. And this gives me a front row seat to see how these new agentic tools are evolving. I get to see what works, what breaks, and what the future really holds before it becomes public. And this early access is absolutely crucial. It means I'm not just observing from the sidelines. I can report glitches and give direct feedback to the creators. I get to see what actually works for real people. It's all about helping translate the genius of the code into something that is practical and genuinely useful for all of us. Ultimately, that's our role in these early programs. We are the human filters. We are on the front lines of this quiet revolution, making sure that this incredibly powerful technology is built to serve people, and not the other way around. It's all about keeping humanity at the absolute center of this revolution. So, how can you start navigating this new age? You're probably thinking, okay, this is a lot. What do I do? Well, you don't have to be a passive observer in all of this. You can start leading this quiet revolution in your own life. And believe me, it is way simpler than you might think. Here are 3 simple things you can do this week. First, practice trusting your tools. Make a conscious effort to shift from monitoring the tech to directing its intent. Tell it what you want, then let it work. Second, define your why. Find that personal, human reason to engage with this change, just like I did with my daughter. And third, find a human filter, a trusted source, a guide who can cut through all the noise and explain what really, truly matters.
You see, the future isn't on its way. It's already here. It's in your pocket. This quiet revolution is just sitting there, waiting for your command. So the only real question left is, what will you tell it to do?